Good evening, VV Nation. My name is Ryan. Welcome to the channel. Happy Monday. Now, on the live stream, we're talking about some optimism. A lot of economic data coming out this week. We got interest rate decision, inflation data, employment data. On top of that, we've got big earnings this week. So I do expect some volatility, but after the dust settles come Friday, I'm pretty optimistic. So tonight, I've got some great stocks and a great strategy for you. Tonight's presentation, we will focus on ruler stocks. By design, they're just stocks that go from bottom left, upper right on the chart, not overthinking it, right? You're not necessarily buying dips on stocks. You're buying high quality stocks that are doing what you currently want them to do. Now, before we get into the stocks, I am going to show you the results of this search from last year's time till today. The results are phenomenal, actually outbeating one of the hardest benchmarks to beat in the market, being the NASDAQ 100 or the QQQ. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in the VectorVest 7 software and get started. All right, big event coming up. We got the Las Vegas 2-day investment seminar coming September 20th, 21st, 2025. You can achieve the VIP experience in person. Just go to vectorvest.com/Vegas to register now. All right, we're in the VectorVest 7 software. We're in the Unisearch part of the program. Again, this is where you can filter out the database. We're tracking over 9,000 stocks for certain attributes. Over here, we went to the Searches Prudent folder, selected ruler stocks. So you see the comment section here, find stocks with well above average relative safety and a growth rate above 14%. The stocks are sorted by RS multiplied by growth rate, which brings the stocks with the best combination of value, of safety, and growth to the top of the list. You can see the names that came in the list here. Big names: NVIDIA, Amazon, IESE, Axon, Progressive. Look at the results here. I did do a quick test, 729 to 728, coming in at 50%. Only one loser, SMCI. This is a pure buy and hold, no stock management here. You can see, look at the results compared to the Qs. The Qs, the NASDAQ 100, only went up 22%. If we compare it to the VectorVest Composite, the broad market, which is how we track the market, only went up 8%. So you can see exactly why I want this search in particular, especially if you're looking for longer term positions, to be on your radar. Now let's take a look at the stocks that are coming up in the list as of today. All right, I just ran the search for today. These are the stocks coming in the list. We got NVIDIA, Kinross Gold, Excel, Stride, Eagle Mines, Axon, IESC, Harmony, Shopify, and Court. These are some pretty big names here. I know a lot of investors, a lot of you individuals probably know some of these stocks already. Now, the sauce behind the search here. This is where it looks at the growth rate and earnings. All of the stocks have to have a growth rate and earnings above 14% and a relative safety above 1.4. So you can see, look at the relative safety here. Great list of stocks if you're looking for some safety in your portfolio. But on top of that, look at the growth rate here. These are growth stocks. And last week, I talked about it. With the potential for interest rate cuts, I do see that benefiting growth stocks going forward. So I want these stocks on your radar. Even if you don't run the search for today, if you have access to the VectorVest 7 system, run the search going forward when opportunities present themselves in the market. But now let's go ahead and jump in the stock charts and see if any opportunities are presenting themselves in the near future. All right, first up on the list, NVIDIA. It's rocking and rolling again, just trading above our valuation here. We value the stock at $169. But again, this search focused on the safety. NVIDIA's got one of the highest RSs in the database. On top of that, look at the growth rate and earnings, 37%. And the forecasted earnings per share continues to climb. This is a great stock to have on your radar. I'm sure you don't need to be convinced of NVIDIA. Now here we've got Kinross Gold. Again, this is a gold company here. Value on the rise. Price action stagnant right now. I see a little bit of a channel here, a little consolidation. Wouldn't be in a rush to get in this position right now as it hugs that 20-day EMA. But with earnings per share on the rise, growth rate and earnings at 37%, sales growth rate 38%. Definitely a gold stock to have on your radar. Now here's a drug company, lower left. Upper right price action from around $30 to $44. But look at this. It's undervalued. We value the company at $76.38. The growth rate in earnings, 34%. Sales, 31%. And look at the big jump in its forecasted earnings per share. Another great stock. Now, here's the company feeling some pressure here. Sell rating currently active. Look at the valuation. It's still rising over the last 6 months. Price action, pretty stagnant. We're back where we were. With price action below this 20-day EMA, using as level of resistance. We got several rejections here. Broke my level of support around 133. I've got another level here. Really a zone from about 112 to 133. I'd like to find support found in this zone, but before pulling the trigger, get price action above the 20-day EMA. Let's lose the sell recommendation, because right now we're catching a falling knife, and that's not what I advocate. But with the growth rate 33%, sales 18%, rising forecasted earnings per share, definitely would put the stock on your watch list. Another mining company in the list here, again, just like the other one, pretty range bound to the side here, but look, undervalued, value still ticking up. Buy rating in place, rising earnings, great forecasted data. This is AEM, a great stock to have on your radar. It looks like it's trying to find a little pivot off this 20-day EMA. So if we get a little pivot, maybe take out today's high come tomorrow at 125.88, might just give us the confirmation we need to the upside. Here we've got Axon. This company actually overvalued right now. We value the company at 207, trades at 731. Not necessarily a bad thing, but just says that investors are willing to pay a premium. We do see price action weakness here, just like with Stride. I do have a little support here. Price action right in our level of support. If we can break above this and above that 20-day EMA, might be a great trade setup in the near future. Next up is IESC, IES Holdings. Again, value on the rise, undervalued, price action on the rise, a strong buy rating. Look at the earnings per share. Earnings per share came in around $13, $13.34, jumped up to $14.36 in just the last few months. Another gold company coming into the list here. Again, pretty range bound. I'm not sold on getting into gold right now. I just did a video on this as far as the trend of gold. We do have some downward moves until we can hit that trend line again, and then maybe presenting some better opportunities. But look, value on the rise, price action not there. Earnings per share is on the rise. Great forecasted data. All I'm waiting for right now is price action to get out of its way. And if it can get above $15, that'll really give me some confirmation to the upside. Here we got Shopify. This is the e-commerce company here. Overvalued, price action, utilizing that 20-day EMA as a level support. Bouncing off of it once again over the last few trading sessions here. Rising earnings per share, great forecasted data. The only concern here is just the company is currently overvalued. Last stock on the list, we've got CORT. Just like the mining stocks, pretty range bound. Wouldn't be in a rush to get in this position. You can see some volatility here at being a drug company, but with price action failing to get above this 20-day EMA and stay above it, I'm not quite bullish on this position yet. But according to our valuation, $69.59, you are paying a fair price for this drug company. Currently has rising earnings per share. And the forecasted data, not necessarily as good as some of the other ones. Earnings growth rate's phenomenal, 29%. Sales growth rate, 7%. So you can see after looking at the 10 stocks that came in the search of ruler stocks, why I want to put the stocks on your list. So if you have access to the software, just go to the Unisearch part of the program, go to the Prudent folder and select ruler stocks, run the search, and you'll see exactly which stocks meet the criteria to become a ruler stock. Now, if you don't have access to the VectorVest 7 software, just go to our website or go to vectorvest.com/YT. You can sign up for a trial, 30 days access. That way you can utilize the power of the VectorVest 7 software to make better investment decisions going forward. Now, again, my name is Ryan. It's always a pleasure giving these 6 p.m. videos. I hope you found the video informative. If you did, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you tomorrow evening. Good night.